You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Wing Gaming is something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Sylving. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go! He demonstrates the filing process on one of his own claws in small yet swift motions. You can slide it across and away, but never toward yourself. It'll only damage them if you do. Here, try it. He offers the stone, which is practically weightless in my palm. I'd never thought a volcanic rock could be used as a nail file. Can't really tell the difference between it and that bread, honestly. Sure, it looks easy enough. Holding the stone over my thumb claw, I slowly slide it across the way he showed me. The feeling of gratitude I had is instantly replaced with dread. It's like I'm scratching a chalkboard. The tingling sensation sends a shiver all the way down my spine to the tip of the tail, poofing the fur out. The wolf gives me an understanding but encouraging look. That's the usual reaction from first-timers. It'll take some getting used to. I was afraid he'd say that. I powered through the discomfort, rounding them out until Agnar tells me I can stop and move on to the next. There's a moment where I think to myself how absurd this all is. I'm in a whole new world and I'm getting my nails done. The unpleasant feeling lessens as I'm nearly done filing them, but the tail is no less poofy. I hope I get used to it sooner than later. Good, you won't need to do that again for a while. I examine my claws, now being all nice and dull. The new clothes are at least safe from being shredded. You seem experienced cutting others' claws. Have you done this before? I have helped those who didn't know how to maintain their claws. It was required that they learn it so it wouldn't hinder their training. But that was a long time ago. That took an unexpected turn. Not to hinder their training? He stays quiet for a moment, not going into further detail. Anything else I can help you with before you get dressed? No, that was it. Thank you for helping me trim them. Then I'll be right outside the door. He didn't say it, but I could tell he didn't like thinking about the past. It must have hit a sore spot. Better not bring it up again. Alright, let's try to stay positive and focus on the here and now. Now that the murder mittens are declawed, it's time to finally see what I've got. Unbuttoning my pants, I pull them down and let myself be fully naked. Yeah, sure, why not? Now that I think of it, I haven't seen myself fully without clothes in the mirror yet. I've looked down at myself since waking up here, but I'm curious to get a better look at my whole body. I turn to face the mirror. It's a Venus. Running my fingers through the thick white hair, I can't help but marvel at my reflection. I still have a humanoid body, so I should be glad the changes didn't go further than that. I let my hand slide down and touch my chest, feeling the softness of the fur covering my body. Most of the fur is light orange, with white tufts breaking through in the middle. The orange color isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I don't look half bad. Still weird, but it's kind of cool. Thankfully, my dick seems unchanged and without any unwanted differences. It's kind of funny. It's the most natural thing about me now. Or as natural as it can get, being a lion man and all that. I unwrapped the parcel on the bed, having a gander at the new clothes Agnar bought for me. They're all brown or white, and folded neatly. I wonder how it'll all look on me. Okay. I pick up the first piece of clothing, being the white underwear. Unlike modern boxers, this one isn't very stretchy, soft, but rigid in shape. It uses a drawstring instead of an elastic band, and there's a hole the size of my thumb at the back of it. I slip my legs into them and pull them on. There's some trouble threading the tail through the third hole, but I managed after some maneuvering. Next is the shirt, being a light gray color. Holding it up, it looks like a size or two too big for me. Its arms are long, but the shoulders are narrow, and there's a triangular opening with a string through it. Not exactly what I expected, but I decided to just roll with it and slip it on. I thread my arms through the sleeves till my hands pop out at the end, then pull my head through the neck hole before sliding the rest into place. I sweep my hair back with my fingers and then give it a quick toss so it doesn't look matted. Next is the sole pair of pants, brown in color, and just like the rest, it's outside the kind of clothes I'm used to. The seams go down the front of the legs rather than along the sides. There's a triangular cut in the back with a buttonable strap above it. This one's made of a tougher material, not far from denim. I put them on, one leg at a time, and pull up. I'm surprised my feet didn't get stuck as I pushed them through. Must be because pants in this world are designed with fat feet in mind. The tail thankfully slides into place with ease. However, getting the button through the loop to secure it in place is troublesome. It takes several attempts, but I manage it eventually. A belt was also provided, and I thread it through the loops of the pants and fasten the buckle. It doesn't cover the hole around the tail, but what can you do? With the pants on, I try stretching my legs in different directions to see how it feels. It all feels surprisingly well, with the pants not being as restrictive as I was expecting. And now that I've seen the full ensemble, it doesn't look half bad. I had my doubts about the pants, but altogether it suits a setting like this. I'm feeling much more confident about my situation now with these new duds. It really makes it look like I'm part of this place. I turn around and take a cautionary glance at my rear. I think I put them on correctly. When I opened the door, Agnar stood right beside it, still reading the document. He must be deep in thought if he didn't notice me open the door right next to him. How's this? Did I put them on right? Well, look at you. You seem like you were born and raised here. He rolls up the paper and returns to the bedroom, ducking his head to spare the doorframe. How does the attire fit? Great. These clothes are really comfortable. Thank you for finding them for me, Agnar. I'm glad they're to your liking. The tailor made sure to provide something to suit a male lion of your build. You'll have no issue blending in wearing this. Now that we've resolved the matter of your clothing, we should discuss a few things. Right, okay. I sit down in the middle of the bed, and he takes the stool next to me and to keep us relatively level. We wanted to get your documents finished yesterday, then spend today educating you about us and our world. With the hunt approaching, Mikkel will have less time to assist you for the next couple of weeks. So you're saying I should stay out of sight till it's over? No, the opposite, in fact. We should introduce you to the town as soon as possible. Agnar holds his chin and thinks, trying to find the right words. I don't know what it's like in your world, but in a small village like this, newcomers don't go unnoticed. Worse still, rumors of odd behavior, such as skulking about or wearing strange clothes, spread quickly. The longer you stay hidden, the more curious they'll become, and the more exotic and paranoid the rumors will get. Okay. Our second to save. Which is why we came up with a plan to make the interest in you pass sooner. Every year the results of the hunt dominate the talk of the town for a long time, meaning that if we can get you to seem mundane in the public eye, then the event will overshadow any word about you. But we also need to give them enough time for their curiosity to wane. I'll be around to help you adjust to our everyday lives and look after you, to advise you on how to carry yourself or lend a paw if you stumble, things like that. You don't have to do or say much at first. I'll be the one fielding questions while you observe and learn to mimic our way of life. Lord Mikkel will teach you about our history and current events whenever he can this week. He was supposed to give his first lecture later this evening and even took the afternoon off for it, but he's clearly in no condition today. You said you're my guard now, so won't we be spending a lot of time together? I might as well just learn from you. I'm afraid not. I'm not as educated about these things as he is. I can tell you what I know, but I can't give you the depth of understanding you require. But with Lord Mikkel unavailable for teaching today, I thought we could go for a walk outside and give you a tour of the village. It should help you get used to us. If you're willing, we can go down to the inn and I'll introduce you to some close friends of mine. They're good people and are very welcoming to newcomers, making it a great place to start meeting others. Getting outside doesn't sound bad. I've been stuck in this room for nearly 2 days now. Walking alongside them instead of acting invisible in the middle of the street could actually be a fun change. But before we go outside, you must promise me one thing. You cannot be seen using magic, no matter what. Oh, right, that burst of power coming out of me. There's still nothing within me that resembles the feeling I had in that cave. If there ever was, I'm certain I'd have picked up on it by now. Do you understand? I don't think I have to yet to worry about that. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to make it happen again. You told me you didn't know how it happened. How can you be so sure it won't? Since I've been cooped up in here, I've been trying to recreate what happened in the cave, but so far nothing. That's rather reckless, Aron. You should have told me. Is there a chance someone noticed you through the window? Don't worry, like I said, nothing happened. I couldn't get anything to come out, not even a spark. Here, I'll show you. I concentrate and picture the sparks in my mind, trying to make the power come out as I clench my fists and punch the air with all my might. Agnar leaps back, knocking over the stool, his furs poofed out in fear as if he's about to meet a sudden demise. Nothing happened. Just me doing weird hand movements like I'm trying to grab something in the air before putting them back down. I relax my arms and Agnar's trying to tame his fur back down. He's not happy, if his scowl's any indication. I guess he didn't appreciate my eagerness to prove it don't explode easily. You better not do that again, Aron. People would take notice if loud noises and flashing lights were to come from this house. Sorry, I just wanted to know what this power is. I tried to make it really small, nothing like back then, but I had no luck getting anything out. He still doesn't look happy, but his nerves are cooling off and his shoulders slacken. Okay. Alright. I tried everything I could think of while holding back, yet still I couldn't get anything to come out. Point is, it doesn't come easy. No idea why, but it's unlikely to happen again by accident. It's just a hunch, but I think it activated when I got really, really angry and upset. That's what makes the most sense to me, at least. So, as long as you don't get furious, this power should be under control. As far as I can tell, yeah. If it really is connected to your emotional state, then you have to avoid letting your temper get the better of you. I don't know much about magic or the Sylving's powers, but I'll trust that you know how to manage it. The word Sylving keeps coming up. I still haven't asked what it means exactly, but it's making me think about how this world has some history with them. It's hard to believe I'm one myself. It makes me feel like I'm from a race of elves, regarded as higher beings due to possessing some sort of power. Did Sylvings do something terrible in the past? How will people react to me if they figure out I'm not really one of them? I tug on my sleeve and look up at the wolf. Hey, Agnar? Is it really a death sentence if someone finds out I'm a Sylving? Agnar looks a bit surprised and apologetic. Ah, no, of course not. Probably. That doesn't sound too reassuring. I'm not sure what will happen. There's been no Sylvings in these lands for centuries. The wolf scratches his head, giving it some thought on how to answer. Tell me, if I were to go to your world, would I be executed for being a wolf? I don't really know. Nobody's ever seen a real wolf man like you in my world before. Neither have they seen a fox man like Mikkel or anyone from here, really. Unless I count the myth of werewolves and how they tear people apart like wild beasts in the movies. The response there is, of course, to hunt them down with guns or whatever gets the job done. But it's better to keep that to myself. Agar's case would be different, but the perception of him could range from admiration to firing on sight. There's no way everyone would be on the same page the moment they saw him. I guess I'd be very mixed, good and bad, mostly because nobody would know how to react. And you understand the unpredictability of it. Well, it's not a crime for you to be a Sylving. It's been so long since one has been seen or heard. There's no telling how people would react. The knowledge of a Sylving here could cause an uproar. The news would travel far and wide. The outcome would be chaos no matter what, so it's just not safe for people to know. Especially for Lord Mikkel's sake. As I said before, what he's been doing is highly forbidden. I don't know if even his family can save his neck if someone figures out he's responsible. The most damning part being that Lord Mikkel used a witch relic. That alone would bring more harm to those involved than anything else. Please don't judge him for using it. Despite it being a crime, he wanted to help people. There are those who still suffer today because of evil witches in the past. He figured the best way to undo the harm they caused was to travel to the Sylving world in search of a solution, and the only way to do that is in secret. To avoid drawing attention, it's best we never mention witches, their relics, or the Sylvings to anyone, and if someone else brings them up, we should change the topic or leave. That was a lot to take in. I have so many questions about everything he just said, but I don't think I can handle much more pressure. I don't mean to scare you, but you have to be careful with your words out there, even when talking to those close to me. I want you to fit in and lead a normal life while you're here. To do so, we have to avoid any unusual behavior that might cause problems. The weight of those words sits heavy on my shoulders. I understand how important it is that I don't talk about the witches, myself, and human stuff. That kind of secrecy hits a little close to home. I understand. I won't tell anyone, I promise. I'm glad you take this to heart. Agnar raises the scroll in his hand. I read and memorized your safe conduct. It's vague enough as far as background goes, but people might ask what it's like in Schallenhof. Did his lordship describe what it's like to you before he fell asleep? Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that's our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for what I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 2 gold tier patrons, Zeke and Toby. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!